My number is 7, but my real problem is that self-correction, self-editing doesn't bring me a lot of joy. I go to dictionaries, I use English, but uh, I don't record myself again.
Why?
So I can read it. I don't find the reason for it because I find it boring. Or maybe if I look at my text and I should edit it, I don't know. I find I cannot read it because it's not interesting for me, and I do not.
Why do you begin then? Why do you begin?
Again,
Why do you begin the exercise? If you don't like it at all, why do you begin the exercise? So you begin the exercise and then you fail to finish it. Why do you even begin?
I do the exercise. I write the text.
Why do you start?
Why do I start?
Yes.
Because I want to be fluent in English.
But now you know why your students sometimes don't do their homework, because it's boring for them.
I can do the first part of my homework, but I do not do the second one, and I can't deal with this problem at all.
Who has some tips? So we begin to do something because there is a promise. Yes?
Yeah, yeah,
And we give ourselves this promise. We think that if we do it, something big will happen. However, we have no proof. We only think that if we do this, then everything is going to change, but we have no proof because we have never completed even one exercise. But for some reason, we believe that it's going to happen. It's a good question to ask yourself. Why do you even begin? Does anybody have some tips here? What helps you to finish the exercise, to complete an exercise? And do you complete your exercises?
Which one?
All of them. Any. Especially the self-correction one.
yeah. Special self-correction, self-editing.
Ksenia, let's take your real-time example. Do you want to do just one iteration, or would you be interested in doing more and completing this exercise?
I would feel more joy if I complete. So if I achieve something.
Yes, achieve something means a result. Nastya, you're focused on the process. You don't like the process. You don't think in terms of results because you don't have positive experience of achieving good results. Or you have little experience, not enough experience that would motivate you to create even more positive results.
You know, when I added my own work, I changed it. I think at all, and it turns into another very beginning. I don't know.
Well, why do you do that? Why do you do that?
Because
I also noticed that when you did your writing, you would change it completely, and then you would make even more. You would make new mistakes, and then we have to start all over.
Yeah, and again and again, and it is never ends.
But you create this. You do this for yourself. You do this. I mean, nobody is telling you to do that. You have this pattern that you can absolutely stop. If you remember our session from last month, self-correcting tools to self-correct your writing, we spoke about specificity. When we edit our writing, we want to be specific. So if this sentence lacks articles, or if this sentence lacks a verb, or if there is a misplaced modifier, we want to fix specifically that thing. We don't want to change the entire text. If there is no article, we insert the article. If a modifier is misplaced, we make it correct. If there is no comma, we add a comma. If there is one comma too much, we remove a comma. So we target the problem specifically. And this brings a lot of joy. Oh, I never put a comma after the word however. Now I always do that. Because, now I learned that this needs to be done.
With commas and articles, it's simpler to understand. But when I'm asked to change the phrase or the verb, I work with phrases, and I see that a sentence should be changed at all, and I get another sentence.
There is no such a request to change a sentence, because changing a sentence itself, it's not really a fulfilling task. The task is to communicate the idea correctly. And we need to find the word that will communicate the idea correctly, or the word combination. This is what this precise wording sprint was all about. How do you find the word combination that communicates the idea as precisely as possible? And when you have found it, usually that brings joy, because you focus on the result, not on constant editing, not on endless iterations. You want to reduce the number of iterations because you want to achieve the results. You don't want to be editing forever. And you need to know what your number is, the number after which you get annoyed, tired, and every new iteration is even worse than the first one. It happens too when we read out loud a lot and we want to make it perfect. I don't know why people, a lot of people do that. They want to make it perfect, and by their 37th iteration they feel so tired that every next iteration is even worse than the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I always remind you, limit yourself. You need to know your number after which you get tired. My number is 7. I will never read anything more than 7 times out loud, because my 8th time is most likely going to be worse than my 2nd time, because I am tired. And my inner state is everything. How I feel about the exercise, how I feel about myself, how I feel in the moment will affect everything I'm going to say, and how I'm going to perform. So I want to take care of my inner state in the first place. And trust me, if you know that you only have 7 attempts, and when I know that I only have 7 tries, my focus is very different. I read each time differently. I care about the words differently. If I know that, okay, it can take 50 iterations, I am tired before I even begin.
Yeah, maybe I should
try to limit the number of iterations. Tell yourself, I'm going to edit it 3 times max. Let me try to give it my best shot.
Okay, I will try.